Biblical significance of the number 12. The meaning of 12 is that it symbolizes God's power and authority as well as serving as a perfect governmental foundation. It can also symbolize completeness or the nation of Israel as a whole. Jacob, also known as Israel, had 12 sons, each of which represented a tribe: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Issachar, Asher, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. Genesis chapter 35 verses 22 to 26. Ishmael also had 12 sons: Nebaioth, Kedar, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jetor, Nephish, and Kedma. Genesis chapter 25 verses 13 to 15. 12 patriarchs from Shem to Jacob: Shem, Arpachshad, Shelah, Eber, Peleg, Ru, Serug, Nahor, Terah, Abram, also known as Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, also known as Israel. Matthew chapter 10 verses 1 to 4. The 12 disciples, also known as apostles. Simon Peter, a fisherman, often considered the leader of the apostles. Andrew, Peter's brother, also a fisherman. James, son of Zebedee, sometimes called James the Greater. John, James's brother, often referred to as the beloved disciple. Philip, known for his questioning nature. Bartholomew, also known as Nathanael, recognized for his honesty. Thomas, famously known as Doubting Thomas. Matthew, also known as Levi, a former tax collector. James, son of Alphaeus, sometimes called James the Lesser. Thaddeus, also known as Judas, son of James, also known as Labius. Not much is known about him. Simon the Zealot, known for his zeal and passion. Judas Iscariot, the disciple who betrayed Jesus. There are 12 Passovers of the Bible. 6 mentioned in the Old Testament, 6 mentioned in the New Testament. The original Passover in Egypt, Exodus chapter 12. Passover kept in the wilderness of Sinai, a year after the original one was celebrated in Egypt, Numbers chapter 9. Passover kept after the children of Israel led by Joshua crossed the Jordan River into the Promised Land, Joshua chapter 5. Passover kept during the reign of righteous King Hezekiah of Judah, 2 Chronicles chapter 30. He ruled from 715 to 686 BC. Passover kept during the reign of Judah's king Josiah, the last righteous ruler over God's people. 2 Kings chapter 23 verses 21 to 23, 2 Chronicles chapter 35. He reigned from 640 to 609 BC. The Jews, after returning to Judah from Babylonian captivity, rebuilt Jerusalem's temple. After the temple was rebuilt, in the time of Ezra the prophet, they kept the Passover. Ezra chapter 6. Jesus, with his parents and relatives, kept the Passover in Jerusalem when he was 12 years old. Luke chapter 2 verses 41 to 42. Jesus kept the first Passover of his ministry by chasing away the crooks and money changers from Jerusalem's temple. John chapter 2. The second Passover of Jesus' ministry is strongly hinted at when his disciples were criticized by the Pharisees for eating heads of grain on the second Sabbath after the first. Matthew chapter 12 verse 2. This refers to the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. John chapter 6 verse 4 mentions the third Passover that took place during Jesus' ministry. Jesus' fourth and last Passover was observed just before he was arrested, tried and crucified. Matthew chapter 26, Mark chapter 14, Luke chapter 22, and John chapter 13. The Apostle Paul chastised the Corinthians for keeping the Passover incorrectly. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. And a great sign appeared in heaven: a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. Revelation chapter 12 verse 1. Christ's prophetic bride, the Church, wears a crown containing 12 stars. The 12 stars in the crown symbolize the 12 apostles, who played a foundational role in the early Church.